Hey, I'm Spenser.
And I'm Britain.
Since 2011, Buckethead has released 286 albums in his Pikes series, and we're going to listen to them.
3 at a time.
This is Getting Head.
Welcome, bot slogs, friends, and bucketheads. This is episode 22 of Gettin Head, a Bucketcast.
Oh, heck yeah, we're 22, baby.
Hell yeah.
Hell
dude.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
The age after you turn the age you can drink.
Yeah. The year after, or probably the year you start going to, excuse me.
The disappointing cleanup after you accidentally blast all over your belly.
Yeah. Also, like, the first year where you, like, shit yourself violently and realize you might have an alcohol problem.
Dope.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you, Britt, about something. You haven't asked me what's up yet, but I'm going to pretend like you did.
Wait. Hold on, Spenser. Before that, I have a question.
All right.
What's up?
Fuck.
I got you, bitch.
Yeah, you did. All right. Okay, this is what's up. I'm currently drinking an alcohol beer, a beverage, an alcohol-flavored drink.
Uh-huh.
It's liquid bread. It's good for you. But I'm drinking it out of this 2001 Burger King collectible Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring goblet. Okay?
Wow, look at how cool you are.
I'm pretty fucking cool, you know? And I just looked on eBay, and you can get a full set of all 4 of these collectible goblets for the low price of $30.
That's
shipping.
a pretty low price.
It's pretty low price for feeling as cool as I feel right now, which is pretty fucking cool.
On a scale of 11 to
Cool?
cool.
11 to cool?
How about on a scale of the 7-Up dot to Chester Cheeto in terms of their licensed Super Nintendo games? How cool do you feel?
I forget the name of that Chester Cheetah game, but I feel like I saw that come up on a thing recently, and it is a special kind of garbage.
Absolutely. It's a magnificent type of garbage, I think.
It's the type of garbage that we relish and celebrate here at Getting Head of Bucketcast.
It's the type of garbage I'd actually like to make into a relish and put on hot dogs. You know.
Hell yeah.
What's your favorite type of relish?
Oh man. You know, I really like a relish. I think that I think that all relish is like relatively good. I personally prefer it when it's much less sweet, or in some cases not sweet at all.
So I'm not just talking pickle relishes here. I don't know if you've had a tomato relish.
Well, relish can be isn't a relish just like any kind of pickled item just in a paste?
Pretty
basically?
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Totally. I mean, I like me a pickle relish. I would prefer like a garlic dill pickle relish. I think that is a really nice thing, especially if there's no like sweetness involved. I think that could be real nice.
Yeah, I definitely do prefer the more savory relish.
Yeah.
Relishes.
I think relishes, but I like the idea of relish eye.
Relishopolis. Relishopolis.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
I could be into that. I like me a relish. You know, I like me just pickled stuff. I think that pickled stuff is great. I'm currently right now, this is not related at all, but I'm currently right now cooking up some beans. I'm letting them soak right now on the stove. I'm going to cook up those beans. I'm going to make them into like British style baked beans, which are like baked beans but with no like molasses or sugar in them.
Right.
They're just savory.
Yeah,
and
just
put them
a
on,
tomato
have
sauce.
some fancy beans on toast, dude. Beans on toast.
You just said fancy beans on toast, and I think that's kind of like an oxymoron. Like, beans on toast is meant to be a working class meal.
It's such a good meal.
It's a great meal. It's a very British-ass meal. Yeah.
I've been about it lately.
My
I mean, it's not a thing that I would want all the time, but like there are times where I'm like, man, beans on toast would really hit the spot, and like it fucking does. I'm like, damn, this is so good.
growing up, my parents would make this thing called a lumberjack sandwich a lot, which was basically beans on toast with like cheddar cheese on top.
Yum.
And I'll tell you, one of my favorite things growing up.
Hell yeah.
Cheap,
I
simple,
had a
easy
thing.
meal.
I had a
It's great.
similar thing that I made. I called it. I think a burrito, or I don't know what I called it, but it was not. It was not very good. But what I would do is I would take refried beans and I would throw them on a tortilla with like some shredded cheese and just microwave that like open and then fold it up afterwards. But the thing that would happen is when you microwave a tortilla, like it lets all the moisture out of the tortilla, so it gets hard like immediately.
All the sides would get hard.
It would just be like hard flour tortillas with like unflavored refried beans and cheese in it, and I basically ate that until I was like 19.
Yeah, but if you have like a good dipping sauce, that's fine. That's a good.
No, it was only
that's
just
a good
that
conduit for a dip. You didn't have a salsa or a sour cream or nothing.
No.
Okay, that's garbage and bullshit. You should be ashamed.
Dude, I growing up, like, I don't know, man, really basic shit that I ate.
It's okay.
I have more to be ashamed for than that. I mean, we're just scratching the tip of that shit, Berg.
Yeah, an iceberg. Let's do an iceberg video about that.
Oh, dude, like, do you know about the Fatberg?
No, it's the Fatberg.
Oh my God! So in London, the like under the underground, right in the sewers, all the like fats got like collected into a giant like mass, and they called it the Fatberg, and it was like 2.5 miles long or something, and it was just enormous. And it cost the city like $1 billion to get out or something. I don't know. It was really crazy. I saw some pictures of it. It was really gnarly and fucked up looking. I bet it smelled really bad. But Fatberg, under the city.
That's pretty fun. We're going to go ahead and look this up right now.
Yeah, this was a while ago. I want to say like 2012, 2011, something like that.
I don't remember.
A long time ago.
About this.
Did you just type Fatberg into Google? Because I think that's all you need.
Probably.
No. You spelled it wrong.
B-E-E-R-G.
Enormous Fatberg. There it is. Oh, you don't even need. Yeah, it came up. Hey, there's the Fatberg. Enormous Fatberg. Length of 2 buses. Found under London.
Wow.
Will you read the description of Fatberg for us, Britt?
Yeah, so a Fatberg is a rock-like mass of waste matter in a sewage system formed by the combination of flushed non-biodegradable solids such as wet wipes and congealed grease or cooking fats.
Hell yeah!
Several prominent examples were discovered in the 2010s in Great Britain, their formation accelerated by aging Victorian sewers. Fatbergs are costly to remove and have given rise to public awareness campaigns about flushable waste. Fatberg! Dun 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 dun! Fatberg! Dun 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 dun! Yeah.
Is this a band that Vinnie Paul was in?
Hell yeah, dude. This is like the follow-up band to Beardnet.
Oh wow, I barely. Oh wow. Okay. All right. All right. Here we are. Oh wow, you got a list of the Pikes here. That's nice.
I always have a list of the Pikes. Dog.
Good. Britt, what's up?
I don't know. Just hanging out, wanging out, zing-zong zooming. Doing a big cleanup of my place. Taking a lot of stuff.
I saw. I came over and hung out with you for a little bit the other day. And your house is looking better. Like, you're definitely tidying it up. It's looking good.
Yeah. Just a lot of stuff, you know? There's a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah. So... Oh, my God. You know what I fucking did today?
What'd you do, dude?
I fucking bought a real physical book for some insane reason.
Yeah, books are cool.
I mean, yeah, they are, but like, what am I doing?
I don't know, books are pretty dope, dog.
Like I haven't read a physical book in so many years. I read books on my phone. I've been reading books on my phone since I had an iPhone like 4. Right? Like
Wow.
I haven't bought a book in a long time, but I was like, you know what? I'm reading a book series right now. And I was like, you know what? I want to read the physical book. So I went on it on the internet and it was $10 for a real book. I was like, okay, fine.
Yeah, books are cool, dude.
Bought a real book.
Books are cool, dude.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think books aren't cool.
Books are cool.
I just like I have an enormous bin filled with books. I have so many books, but I have nowhere to put them, so they're just in my closet. You know, I don't have room to display books.
Well, get like some like shelving for books. Like go vertical with your books that you can, and then like take the rest to like a place like Twice Sold Tales or something, or half price books. Like sell them off and get credit for other used books or new books, books you haven't read or you're more interested in. Trade your books. Trade your books.
I don't know how real those places are anymore.
Books. They are.
Like,
they still exist.
I guess there's that one place. There's what's it called? It's around me. It's near me. I could go to that.
Half price books. There's a lot of them around there.
There's one of them around here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can we talk about that song by Yello? Oh yeah.
I don't know. I know that song.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're talking about. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That song rocks.
Dude, that song fucks. Okay. Check this out. You bring somebody home, and you're like, "Let me put on some music, get us in the zone," and then you just put on remixes of that song. Like that's it.
And then you're like, "You ready to see my O face?" Oh. Oh. Oh yeah.
But then it's literally like 3 hours. It's like a 3-hour playlist of just like that song and remixes of it.
And then right after that, it goes straight into the Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe, you gotta go.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
What's your favorite member of the band Hell Yeah?
Probably Chad Gray, the vocalist.
The vocalist also for Mudvayne.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. A little band called Mudvayne. Thank you very much.
Yeah. They're so great.
I wonder what, like... I
love how proud of yourself you are for knowing the name of the vocalist for Hell Yeah and Mudvayne.
I'm pretty, I'm the opposite of disappointed with myself. I'd say I'm fully appointed that I know who Chad Gray is.
Oh, that's great. You love to hear that.
Love to be that. Yay.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good. Well, we listened to 3 Buckethead albums.
Are you sure we did?
No. Britt, will you hit me with a bucket fact?
I would love to hit you with a bucket fact.
Bucket fact, 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 bucket fact.
Although we've talked about a lot about several people who kind of I don't know, I'd say like rotate around the planet that is Buckethead quite frequently.
Planet Head.
Yeah.
Or Planet Bucket? Well,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Planet Head. Oh, Planet. it's Bucket. Though. Yeah. I don't know. We'll leave that up to the Bucket Planet. Head Planet. Head PE.
Head from corn.
Yeah.
PE.
Head from corn. Planet Earth. Bucket. Anyway, we talked a lot about them, but we've never talked about one guy who actually, at least since like the mid 2000s, the mid aughts, has shown up frequently in Buckethead's Orbit.
I like
in
the
that,
space theme. Let's continue this. Yeah.
yeah, and that's a fella named P Sticks.
Like
Not
PEE.
just like P Sticks.
Okay.
P Sticks.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of like the touring jack of all trades, known for driving the bucket van, being the bucket guitar tech, sometimes selling merch,
Bucket tech.
and yeah, mostly doing tour management duties. He's also done artwork for over a dozen Buckethead albums and Pikes, and his voice appears in several Buckethead albums, including Buckethead Land 2.
Wow, okay.
Other than that, not a whole lot is known about him. Like, I spent a while researching it and couldn't find his real name anywhere, which was super interesting. But he's apparently a big, tall guy, long brown hair. He often has a beard.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of a mysterious character.
I feel like we've heard about a few of those. I mean, like, I still don't know who Dan Monti is, and I think that he's impressive. I think that what he's done is impressive.
He was a sound engineer working with Guns N' Roses when Buckethead met him, and the two have just formed a friendship and a working relationship. It has become very tight since then.
Hell yeah.
I think
that's great. Love that story.
The best way to put Dan Monti to you. To you.
Bucket facts.
Nice. That was great. Thanks for that bucket fact, Britt.
Absolutely. We did listen to 3 more albums this week. What did we have? We had
Type 63, or sorry, 64,
4.
65, and 66.
If this was a 3rd generation Nintendo game, it would be Pike 64.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pike 64, Aquarium.
July 16th, 2014.
Okay. All right. How long after Pike 63 did that come out?
That'd been about 19 days after Grand Gallery and Outline for Cytasis came out on the same day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Well, I mean, it certainly sounds so.
Oh, I totally take that back. I'm sorry. So this was another one that was released out of order. This came out on July 16th, not June 16th. So, 2 Pikes actually came out before this one was actually released.
Okay.
Both Pike 65 and Pike 67 were actually released before this.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was not aware.
Anywho.
Yeah, I liked this one, I think, more than some of the other ones we listened to this week. I thought it was cool. I feel like the only reason I'm being a little like hesitant there is because I feel like some of the songs are significantly better than others. Like the songs on this record that use electronic drums, I think are really cool.
Right.
And they have a cool vibe to them. They're almost like industrial feeling.
Yeah.
It's cool and weird, and I like that. The songs that are a little bit more traditional, like melodic guitar rock, I think are still strong, but not as strong as those other songs. And with that, I think it's an interesting listen.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's I'd say middling bucket fare. I'd give it a solid, like, I don't know, 3.5 out of 5. It's not bad at all. It's not great. It's like everything is a little long. There's only 5 tracks on the album, and with an average length of like 6 minutes a song, it's gonna get really fucking long. And I think the last 3 songs are all over 6 minutes long, and it really, I don't know, drags a little bit in places. It's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's there's a lot of cool guitar theatrics on there, and a lot of cool, like, really big leads.
Yeah, big leads.
Big leads, bro. It's all right though.
It's all right. I mean, that's also what I would say about it too. Those songs with the electronic drums are pretty neat though. I did dig them.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Like the stuff that was less programmed drums on here definitely shown a little more, you know.
Yeah, heck yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Now we got to talk about Pike 65. I'm kind of rushing this a little bit here.
What do you think this would be a good soundtrack for?
Oh, it's laser tag music.
Oh, this is just more laser tag music, you think?
Yeah, this is 100% laser tag music. I actually wrote it in my note. That's how this is the only thing I could think of when I was listening to this. I was just like, I just want to play laser tag.
Well, yeah, but that's like kind of how you're always feeling.
Yes, it is a baseline emotion of mine, laser tag. That said, this is good laser tag music.
Spenser has two emotions: horny and laser tag.
Who said that they have to be separate? Those two.
I didn't say that. I just said there's two emotions. You can be horny and laser tag at once.
Hell yeah, you can.
Oh yeah, dude.
You ever rocked your laser out with your dock out or
your
whatever?
dock?
I don't know how to.
You call it your
anymore.
dock? Yeah, I call it my dock brown because it's brown so often. And I take it back to the future. You know what I'm saying? That's what I call going to the elementary school.
What?
Because they're the future of our country. And I'm Doc Brown.
Yeah, you are. You're brown as hell. Okay.
I'm brown pilled, bro.
Pike 65 is an interesting one.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to talk about the context for this one?
Yeah. So, Buckethead's mom died.
Bucket died.
She did.
Bucket died.
Well, let's not do that. No. So, oh my God, how do I put this? I was expecting something this album did not end up being. I don't know about you.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I was definitely expecting something more like Pike 13, really. Like something like very emotional and kind of spacey and like that felt like super introspective. And it did feel like kind of introspective and very melodic at places, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It was kind of standard bucket fare.
It was standard bucket fare. I mean, that said, like, I mean, it is one big song with one big guitar solo, and like, it is emotive.
Right.
But also it is very much in line with like melodic rock, and I don't mean to make light of, you know, Buckethead losing his mom. Like, holy shit, like that's got to be something really hard to go through, you know, and I'm not necessarily making fun of that or anything like that. It's just, you know, I listened to this and I was like, this feels very, you know, kind of standard. That being said, I mean, it's not bad. It's certainly totally acceptable Buckethead album. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not that like emotive, you know, very, very touching experience that you come to expect from anytime he dedicates an album to somebody.
That's true, especially one of his parents. Like,
especially, yeah,
he has a track record of going in a straight tearjerkers on his mom and pops. You know, I feel like those are the only people. I can definitely say, based on, you know, his art and like me looking into him, I feel like those are two people I can say without a doubt that he loves.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. He might love Michael Jordan too. I'm not sure.
I think he might.
Maybe. I think he also might realize more that he just idolizes him. And that's a very different thing from loving somebody.
That's true.
You know.
It's very true.
Yep.
Yeah. So this record is good. I mean, for all intents and purposes, but it's also not as special as I feel like maybe it should be.
Yeah,
But
that's about right.
being the context being as important to Buckethead as it clearly is, I would say that this is contextually an essential listening Pike.
I think that's actually correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just to at least get an idea for probably how he's going to approach a lot of stuff going forward, and like the emotions on a lot of stuff he's going to be doing going forward.
Also,
maybe
like
lack
it's
thereof. Who
important
knows?
for just demonstrating like what is important to Buckethead. You know what I mean? Like if this is something that he feels comfortable, you know, dedicating to, you know, the loss of his mom. Like clearly there's something here that he thinks is important, and that context is important for interpreting and understanding his art.
True. Very true.
Yeah. That said, I wouldn't necessarily say that this is a super special musical album.
Yeah. It didn't tread like new ground from what he's done so far, or like pull me out of it to where I was like, oh, this is like an essential Pike. Like, I think it's an essential Buckethead Pike for sure. And I'm you know, sad for his loss.
Yeah.
But you know, I feel like maybe this was made just like kind of quickly after she died or something. It didn't feel like something that he really sat on and built to a big arching bucket project like he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would agree with that. This is clearly like I feel like this one is hard to speculate on like what it would be a soundtrack to, because Buckethead himself has clearly designated what it would be a soundtrack to.
It would definitely be played at like the Nancy York Carroll Memorial Park at Buckethead Land. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's got to exist in the land, the B-head land.
Hell yeah.
BH land, as the YouTube commenters would say.
Indeed. Let's talk about leave the light on. Let's
You having trouble there?
Leave the light on.
Okay.
Released
Right.
on
Okay.
July
Okay. All right.
July 29th, 2014. So this one was released 13 days after Aquarium and like 35 days after Hold Me Forever. So
Oh fuck.
what?
I just spilled a drink all over myself because I was playing with it like a dumbass.
Huh, look at you. Look at this
What?
butthole.
Give me 1 sec. Okay, yeah, that was stupid. Sorry.
Nice job, dude.
Yeah, I'm terrible. I'm
Anyway, back to Leave the Light On.
trash. Yeah.
30 minutes and 44 seconds of music.
Yes.
Divided
Melodic
into four
guitar
tracks.
rock.
It was kind of back to you know, like somewhere between like alt metal and post rock again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one is okay. I think that honestly, there's one standout song on this record that I think is actually really good. I think it is a standout piece, but the rest of it is very standard bucket fare.
Are you talking the Room Sleeps 1.5?
No, the Bellman.
Bellman.
The Bellman. This
Oh yeah, it's a bit more of like a butt metal kind of.
Well, it just had some like cool riffs. He does some neat stuff with the his kill switch.
Yeah, there was a cool tapping part in the middle, I remember.
Yeah, there's a cool tapping part in the middle. There's just some like nice, tasty leads. Mm-hmm. It has like a galloping kind of feel with the rhythm guitars, which is pretty cool, very metal. But it was just a solid track, and I listened to it and I was like, yeah, okay. I get this. This is cool.
So the reason I thought that you might like track 4, The Room Sleeps 1.5, is it like starts off kind of slam metal-y, and then it goes into like this alt metal part, and then right after that, and for pretty much the rest of the song, I would definitely call it new metal.
I mean, I love new metal.
I know you love
clearly.
new metal. You are a new metal karate
Sensei.
society. We live in a society.
That is true.
We're living in a society.
Why so serious?
Oh, you got it.
I've
That's
had
great.
That one for a while. Yeah.
That's new. You didn't have that the last time.
I don't always keep it on the board. I can only have so many sounds on my board.
That one's, I think, a critical one.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Why
Why so society?
That's a good question. We are a society.
Uh-huh. Buckethead be like, we live in a society. And then a 28-minute guitar solo.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what I'm all about. That's what gets me wet. Yeah, so leave the light on. You look at the cover. It's someone standing outside a building. I think that's supposed to be a hotel in Buckethead Land. I think this is supposed to be music for like the lobby of that hotel in Buckethead Land.
Okay.
And I think that works. I think it works.
Yeah, I could see that. Or like the maybe like the workout area of a hotel.
Yeah, the second half of the album is a little more workout music. The first half is definitely very like chill, whatever, post-rocky type shit.
Who do you think makes the most workout metal?
Well, Gary Glitter, of course.
What about that supergroup band that had Ted Nugent in it?
Damn Yankees. Why was I so prepared to say that?
I just knew you were.
I got excited when you said supergroup. I'm like, you mean the damn Yankees? With Ted Nugent?
I know. I mean, when somebody says supergroup, the first band that comes to mind is Damn Yankees.
Was Ted Nugent and like who else? Was Paul Stanley in there? And then the guy from Styx? Something? Is that right?
I don't remember who was in.
I'm gonna look real quick. Imagine being in a band with Ted fucking Nugent.
Do you remember when we saw him play in
I wasn't
Alaska?
there. I didn't see him play.
And
I
he
wish
said the
I did.
N-word on stage. And
I wasn't there.
cheered, and it was
I wasn't
horrible.
there. I was not there.
It's terrible that you weren't there.
I know.
It was
So it was
terrible.
Tommy Shaw of Styx, Jack Blades, the bassist from Night Ranger, Ted Nugent, and then a guy who was unknown but would later join Leonard Skinner, Michael Cartellone.
Wait, so it was just Ted Nugent? Wait, who was the other notable person?
The guy from Night Ranger, the bassist from Night Ranger, and Tommy Shaw, the singer / guitarist from Styx.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I saw Styx also play at the Alaska State Fair.
I saw
stage
them.
that Ted Nugent played.
Yeah, I saw them play at the Alaska State Fair, but I did
Oh, you
not
were at that
see-
show too? I was at that show with Brian Harris.
Yeah, I was there with my friend Ross, I think.
That was before I knew you.
Yeah, it was.
That's crazy. That
Bitch.
show was so good. They were awesome.
Bitch.
Styx was really
Bitch.
good at the Alaska State Fair in 2006. They were great.
They were pretty good.
Or that would have been 2005 or 2004. Yeah, actually, because I knew you. I met you in 2005, so it had to have been 2004, I guess.
Pretty cool.
Yep, pretty cool. Yeah, that would track because I was in freshman year of high school in 2004. I was just learning to play guitar. I was wearing a Metallica shirt at that show.
Can you
Wow.
take me high enough? Right.
Yeah.
It's good.
Can you take me higher?
I don't know. That's the wrong question.
No, it's the right question. I think that Scott Stapp should always be on your mind. You should have a stat tap. You tap that tap, Scott
Oh,
Stapp
no.
comes out.
Ooh, I like that idea a lot, actually.
Yeah. Well, anyways, those are the Pikes. We listened to them, as we always do, as we shall continue to do, probably until one of us dies.
Till time immemorium. Yeah. It was an okay week. Honestly, everything this week was like, nothing was like bad. It was just like all very middle of the road head. Middle of the road head.
Middle of the. Sorry, what was the last word you said there? Roadhead. Tell me your best roadhead story. What you got?
I don't love blowjobs, and so I haven't gotten or like asked for or like attracted much roadhead in my time. I've gotten roadhead maybe a half dozen times in my life.
Sure.
I mean, it's fine. Whatever.
I mean, the time that always comes to mind is like one time I was driving back from Portland.
Mm-hmm.
I like went there I went there to see a show. And so it was one of those days where I like drove down to Portland, like ate some food, went to this show. Then I'm like driving back home the same night. You know what I mean? And the person that I was with was like, hey, you want to, and I was like, yeah, hell yeah, let's do that. But I was like high as fuck and exhausted, like so tired. Right, because I had already driven 3 hours that day, and I was like halfway through driving another 3 hours, and like I'd done all this shit. I was super tired, so I just remember like driving through this construction zone and like almost falling asleep while also having my dick sucked, and I'm just like, man, so many things could go wrong at this point, like so many things. Thankfully, nothing did go wrong, but like, damn, it could have.
Sounds pretty saucy.
Yeah.
Pretty saucy.
Well, anywho,
you know what I think it's time for?
Oh, I know what it's time for. Welcome all to Statements from the Bucket Void, the time where we get to shine a light in the dark nether regions of the internet and, bring out some statements, bring out some thoughts, some vibes, some feelings, some stuff out there that, people haven't been talking about, but maybe they should. And we're here to give a peek, give a poke, give a listen, lend an ear, if you will, to those brave internet warriors leaving their comments on the grand battlefield that is YouTube.
Lenny Kravitz.
You say Lenny Kravitz?
Lenny Kravitz. This is where we're just going through Buckethead comments on the Lenny Kravitz forum, right?
Whoa, Lenny Kravitz, man. I haven't thought about Lenny Kravitz in a long time. Like, he was a big deal in the early 2000s, and like I remember my mom being like, "Oh, Lenny Kravitz," and I'm like,
Still is.
He's still a big deal?
Mm-hmm.
Has he made any music in the past 20 years?
Matter.
I don't even know.
Doesn't matter. Hangs dong. Big deal.
He hangs dong. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Hangs dong, big deal.
Yeah, that was good. You love to see somebody hanging dong. Like, that's sick. That's cool.
Big deal.
Yeah. That's great. All right, so let me give you a little bit of context here.
Okay.
The reason I was late to today's recording was because I was going through YouTube comments.
Oh, I see.
The reason why I was going through YouTube comments was that Pike 65 is one of the most viewed Pikes that exists on YouTube. And as a result, has more comments than any other Pike that we have seen thus far.
Interesting.
Yes. Quite interesting. Actually, like I didn't even make it through all of the comments, and like I spent a good 40 minutes looking through them. So like I'm gonna need to go back and look at the rest of them at some point. That said, there was a lot of material to work with here, and part of that means that this one's gonna be a little bit different in the sense that we're gonna talk about some ongoing conversations. There were some people making comments that were like replies to other comments that then started their own thread. So it gets a little confusing here and there, but I'm going to try to make it simple as we work through these, okay?
Okay. Hit me.
All right. So firstly, we'll start off with some of the simpler stuff. Some comments from Pike number 64, Aquarium. This was one of the first comments on that on Aquarium, and I found it amusing. YouTube user Brian Nelson says, "This Pike is like driving a fast car slow."
I can agree with that.
Which I feel like is a comment that really applies to the first song on Pike 64 and not really anything else. That being said, I like the anecdote. I like the vibe.
Yeah, I totally get that. I don't disagree with Brian one bit here.
Yeah. And like as somebody who has driven fast cars very slow, it's all right. It's good to. So I like the feeling, the feeling that you have this power, but you're not making use of it. You're choosing not to. I think that demonstrates in itself a level of power, restraint.
Restraint is power in a way. Yeah,
absolutely.
Like having power and not flexing it, definitely powerful.
Weird
definitely
flex,
restraint.
But okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else you got for me?
YouTube user Stefan Janizik 1 week ago left this comment. He said, Buckethead is universe for himself where he dominate. But what's perfect from him is that his songs are not based on total perfection with scales, etc., like Dream Theater, which is not interesting anymore. They become boring as hell. Buckethead is multi-instrument virtuoso with such of skill for playing that is unmatchable. Beautiful. Beauty, like it's spelled like beauty and then F-U-L-L. Beautiful. And nice to hear any time. That's something that no one from here will understand. Why is he such a perfect guitar player against every other? That was in caps, so I had to yell it.
That's cool. And
I like this rambling format. The stream of consciousness format is something that I'm always drawn to as an avid consumer of YouTube comments. Like when it goes on for a long time, like there's something there. Maybe not something good, but there's something there.
Mostly something bad. And
yes, there are a lot of I saw a lot of people get in arguments on that video with a lot of comments. And one thing that I thought was funny is like some of these people would type like paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs to respond to whether or not they think Buckethead is a sellout. And it was none of it was worthwhile. Like we're not going to talk about any of that because it was all terrible. But the idea of these bucket warriors out there spreading their seed, like Stefan here, who seems to have a lot of ideas, a lot of thoughts about Mr. Head. Maybe English is not his first language.
Perhaps not.
But there's some ideas there. I like that. I like the idea Buckethead is universe for himself where he dominate.
That's true. I mean, that is Buckethead land, is the universe he has created where he has dominated. And, yeah. I've been watching a lot of stuff on roller coasters on YouTube lately. I don't know why. It's just interesting. And in as much I've watched a lot of stuff about, like, the creation of Disneyland and Disney World. Oh, yeah? Super fascinating. Lots of stuff going on there.
How many people died to make Disneyland a thing?
Not a ton, actually. Pretty safe.
But some.
Yeah. I mean, and a lot of people have died, like, in the park, like, working there and shit. But it goes with the territory of any giant operation like that. You're going to have to crush a few goofy skulls. You want to make some money, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's crush that goofy skull, if you know what I mean, bruh.
You can't make an omelet without crushing some skulls.
Crushing some goofy skull. Give it a pound. Boom.
Pound town, baby.
Yeah. How are you liking that camera? Looks good.
Looks good. Yeah, it's feeling good. I got this wide angle here. It's dope. YouTube user Luke Martin says, Mozart is the Buckethead of classical. I think that that's purely from the perspective of Mozart wrote a lot of music. But, it's always fun when people compare Buckethead because there's always a discussion there. And there was a discussion, a lot of responses to that one.
Yeah.
But suffice it to say, hey, it's fun to make comparisons, but they don't mean anything.
They mean nothing. They mean nothing, petty little man. Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. That's all I have
Hell
to say
yeah.
to that guy. So, gosh. Is it even, worth going into a comparison between Buckethead and fucking Mozart?
No, not at all.
Buckethead's great. Mozart is, a way more, fucking legendary, I feel.
Yeah, but also different time, different place, different instruments, different everything. It's
Yeah.
not even there's nothing worthwhile to compare. Them.
Right. We could do Mozart versus Beethoven or something.
Yeah, because they're I don't know. They were
Kinda
not contemporaries.
yeah,
but they
yeah,
were both
There's arguably no
classical
Beethoven
composers.
without Mozart, but still, Mozart was, Beethoven was still fucking good. He was just no Mozart. It was still kind of a contemporary though, and similar style of music. Whereas
Sure.
Buckethead is doing something way fucking different there.
Yeah, totally. Now I'm going to read you a comment here that had so many responses. We're going to talk about a lot of those responses here. So this comment is important for context. All right.
No, hit me.
YouTube user Jason the Metal King says, quote,
I think that's Jason Newsted.
probably. I am a high school math teacher. I play Buckethead in class during web-based math assignments. This one is currently playing, and then he does the metal horns.
I saw
typed
this
out.
one playing the album today. I saw this
Yes.
comment.
Okay. So, firstly, we just got to establish a couple of things here. Jason the Metal King, claiming to be a high school math teacher, bragging about it in YouTube comments.
Mhm.
Interesting. We have a variety of responses to this comment here.
Bet we
Some are more fun. Some are more direct. This one caught my eye. YouTube user DJ Nunn says, the Pythagorean theorem in Euclidean geometry states that the area of the square is equal to the hypotenuse of Buckethead. Bucket math.
Bucket math. I'm gonna guess that's not. He's just literally saying the only 3 things he remembered from high school math, and then following it up with Buckethead. That's sick,
Yeah.
sick dog. Well done.
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of people, just saying things that are incorrect for the purpose of LARPing. And that's cool. I ain't hating. Everybody's got a LARP now and again. It's nice when people LARP about stuff like this and not things that could harm real innocent people.
Yeah, white supremacy.
Yeah, or QAnon, Same
Yeah.
thing basically these days, but yeah. Totally. YouTube user Rita Memes says, I'm also a math teacher. Once a student caught me listening to Buckethead and said it was a bad song, so I failed him.
So the ethics behind that.
Well, firstly, this didn't happen.
Yeah.
Secondly,
Obviously, he's not an ethics teacher. Yeah, that's really.
imagine being some 8-year-old kid who's Buckethead sucks, which for an 8-year-old, that's a legitimate opinion.
Yeah.
That's fine. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if they like Buckethead or not. They're 8.
No, it's true.
And then for some presumably over 30-year-old person who's man, fuck that kid. You like Buckethead or you fail, bitch.
Yeah, right? I'm going to start to systemically ruin your life by failing you. Fuck you, kid. You're going to be held back. Your parents are going to think you're retarded because you don't like this fucking guitarist that plays music you hate. That makes sense.
That's the bucket dream right there.
Yeah. Bucket math, dog.
Bucket math.
They did the math. They did the bucket math. The bucket math.
YouTube user Lego Maego 580 says, your students probably hate you. Which I think is the most realistic opinion of any of the ones listed. Because that was my first thought as well.
Yeah, I bet this dude has like a safe for school ween playlist too.
Probably does.
I bet he smells like ween.
This dude smells like a Boognish, for sure.
Hell yeah, dude. He's got that Boognish Stank, dog. Boognish Stank.
One in the pink, two in the Boognish.
You got your shocker, you got your spocker, and you got your wiener.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. YouTube user Greg Launt also responds to this comment.
God
and
damn
says,
it.
how can kids do math when hopping around the room with reckless abandon? Seriously, my math skills were outstanding. I attributed that to playing and learning to read music at a young age, recognizing patterns, analyzing, etc. Now, a total Buckethead fan. It's all I listened to since about 2015. This comment was left 3 months ago.
Imagine just listening to Buckethead for 5 years.
See, that's exactly what drew me to this comment as well. I mean, firstly, this dude thinks he's smart. And he's like, yeah, I'm extra smart because I only listen to Buckethead.
Dude, this dude has a Mensa dick tattoo. Like,
he has a Mensa tattoo next to his Boognish tattoo.
On his dick.
Oh, what if like instead of pubes there's a Boognish, and then like his dick is like part of the face of it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how often do you think ween has come up at Mensa events?
Not often. Like, ween's pretty, like, no brow.
Yeah, that being said, like, I definitely feel like there's, like, an infinite jest crowd that's, like, real into ween.
They all wear Tool shirts. And so they never, like, know that they're all ween fans as well. Because they all get high and they're like, yeah, this is what comedy music's all about, man. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, dude.
This is what we listen to when we're smoking sativas, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. It's funny, yeah, right, man?
The only time I've ever used a beer bong recreationally has been with Tool fans.
Interesting.
What I'm saying here is that Tool fans are the bros of, obscure music interest.
Yeah. They also have galaxy brains, though.
Oh, always galaxy brains. Yeah.
The galaxiest of all brains, you might say.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But my recommendation for you, do a beer bong with a Tool fan sometime. You'll thank yourself.
No.
You will. You'll know where the pieces fit. Okay.
Shut up.
If you do that, you'll understand. You'll ride the spiral. Okay.
Don't make me play that song.
So we're gonna move on YouTube user Mason Harris presents an interesting situation here.
Okay.
They say, what I love about Buckethead is that he could theoretical live forever. Any skinny white guy with long black hair who has trained for years to be able to replicate his skill could take his place. There would be some signs, but it wouldn't be too obvious, assuming he was really good at it. What do you think about the idea of a Buckethead franchise?
I like the idea. Blue Man Group, Buckethead, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. I like it, but like
Bucketheads.
yeah, it'd be great, but it'd be difficult to like get someone like find people first off who are like 6'6" and that good at guitar. Or 6'7". Like the tallness is a very limiting factor to begin with.
True.
Because you've only got like the maybe like 0.1% of guitarists at that point, right?
That is true. That is accurate.
And then they
Not
have
a
to
lot.
be that fucking good, which there is not a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty good.
And very tall.
And very tall.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like the mention of the tallness. That is important. You know, assuming the tallness wasn't a factor, though, assuming like a new Buckethead could be any height, that would certainly open up the, open it up.
Yeah.
Open it up.
I think there's a lot to be said for his like ability to like play solo shows and play with backing tracks.
Certainly.
Like he's very good, but someone could be trained to do that. It would just be a lot of goddamn practice.
Would. Yeah. I mean, much like doing any musical project where you didn't write the music. And in some cases, if you did, a lot of practice is involved. But it's possible. It could happen.
It could happen to you.
It could. Okay. All right. So this one is a little complicated. So basically, I'm not going to read the original comment that these users are responding to because it takes a very different track here very quickly. But the original comment basically said Buckethead is a god, and some other things. But one of the YouTube users responded and said, "No, he's not a god with a capital G. He's a god with a lowercase g because there's only one true God." And some people took some offense to that statement, and an argument broke out, and some arguing happened. So this is what this is that user's comment clarifying the God versus God. They said, YouTube user Fourth and Inches said, "If you believe in God, there is only one, and he is the supreme being and master of the universe. A God, with a lowercase g, on the other hand, is someone like Buckethead, who is supreme at what he does." Okay? So, some people took some issues with that. YouTube user Morgan Lake says, "Capital letters can indicate archetype, like truth and truth, like father and father. If by God you are referring to Allah, Yahweh, Jehovah, as described in the Quran or Old Testament, then you might want to consider proof that these deities are actually omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, and loving. Clue, : handicapped children, child abuse, child slavery, starvation, etc. Those guys are not doing their job. They're also really weak at getting money. Have to ask humans for it."
That's true.
Some bold takes there. Takes a little bit of a turn at the end. Kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah. But, I mean, who first off, do you think Buckethead is a capital G god or a lowercase g god?
Capital G, dude.
Hell yeah, dog.
Hell yeah. We give praise to him. Capital H. 100%.
Hell yeah.
Praise be.
Slurp it and burp it. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Slurp it and burping, I said, "Give me a hell yeah, brother.
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 Hell yeah, brother."
Brother.
Yeah.
YouTube user Micah Berzan says, Buckethead may be one of the few artists who can produce an insane amount of quantity, capital Q, without sacrificing quality, capital Q.
I saw that earlier.
Yeah, this one got a lot of responses. One of those responses was Veronica Alanine, who says, "That's kind of how I feel about Breaking Benjamin. Haven't heard a stinker from them yet."
That's a great point, Veronica. Fuck
Thanks,
you.
Veronica.
Yeah, hey, Veronica. Guess what I think about your opinion? Bart. Shut up, bitch.
I like just saying the word fart. That's pretty good. Just be like, you know what I think of that? Fart.
Yeah, it's pretty good, dude. Also, let's bring back just like directly insulting people with just like one word. Like,
Yeah.
you don't need anything complicated. One word insults are great.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty
Yeah.
good. Like, cops like, you know how fast you were going? And I'm like, masturbation.
Like, masturbation, bacon.
Hell yeah. You know,
Oh, yeah.
That's what it's all about. I haven't listened to Breaking Benjamin's discography. Maybe that's something we'll get to.
We will. That's actually our next podcast.
God, no.
I call it Breaking Down Benjamin, where we listen to one
What about
track.
Breaking Badjamin?
Yeah, where. No.
Pretty good. Pretty good. So there were a lot of users that got very into defending whether or not they think Buckethead is a sellout. And this was like an extremely long thread. I'm talking hundreds of comments. I read all of them. They're mostly terrible.
Did people think he sold out because he joined Guns N' Roses?
That is correct, yes.
Okay.
And like, nobody was really ever saying anything super negative about that. It was more just like, hey, by these rules, he's a sellout. And other people being like, I don't think he's a sellout. I mean, he seems to just kind of do whatever he wants. Like, I don't think you're selling out if you're just doing what you want, which is that's my perspective on it. Like, if you're just doing what you want and taking advantage of the opportunities you have, I don't understand how that's selling out. Selling out is where you like give up artistic license in exchange for money, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I mean, I also don't think there's anything wrong with selling out, because the thing is that a lot of people don't realize is that the music industry is an industry. If you're making money, making or playing music, like, you're doing things that people would categorize as selling out, but that isn't a bad thing. Like, if you're making money in that industry, like, clearly you're doing the right thing. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah, good.
Motherfuckers just be jealous on that success. Success.
So, YouTube user Forrest McClanahan says Chuck Norris.
Whoa,
Chuck
whoa,
Norris
whoa! Not fucking Forrest again. Forrest McClanahan.
What?
Forrest McClanahan.
Okay. I like hearing your bubbles. It's nice, but I don't know what it means.
Forrest McClanahan. He likes lighting things on fire. Fuck him.
I bet he does. Because with this comment, he said Chuck Norris's only mistake was challenging Buckethead at guitar. And wow, there were a lot of responses to that one. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody said, YouTube user Marlon Marquez says, "Dare I even entertain the thought of that Buckethead would destroy Chuck Norris in a techno-inspired nunchuck routine?" Which that does sound accurate. Like, I bet I could see Buckethead fighting Chuck Norris with nunchucks.
Yeah. I jerk off to that.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I mean, that's what they play in the jerk off booths, obviously.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I'm just assuming here because I haven't visited the jerk off booths, but that's what I would be expecting going in.
That's why there's so much crying.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
YouTube user PB says, "Chuck Norris don't teabag a bitch, he potato sacks him."
Well, I found my new favorite Buckethead comment. Could you please read that back for us?
Yeah, okay.
The beautiful
YouTube
piece of...
user PB says 3 months ago, "Chuck Norris don't teabag a bitch."
Hey, wait, hold up. Chuck Norris?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought he was saying Buckethead don't.
Well, let's assume this retroactively or by proxy applies to Buckethead.
No, he said Chuck Norris. I don't like that. Because this is a conversation about Chuck Norris, so I don't think this is nearly as funny
now. Fantastic. We're gonna leave it off with a nice sentiment. Nice sentiment from one Mr. Johnny Campbell, who says, "I honestly believe the Buckethead is a lovely human being. His playing and willingness to share his gift is amazing. Gives me something to aspire to. Best regards to everyone, especially the Buckethead." I like him being referred to as the Buckethead. I think that's nice. No one does that.
That's kind of like objectification in a way, though. Like, he's
sure.
not a person. He's just like this music-making machine, which, I think he almost kind of goes for in a way. In an image he gravitates towards. I don't know. Joey Campbell, was that his name?
Johnny Campbell.
Johnny Campbell. You've got a fucking soup for a name, Johnny.
Masturbation.
Biatch. That's all I gotta say about that.
That's all we got.
Let's
Statements from the Bucket
Boy. Hell yeah, dude. Britt, what you got to recommend?
Golly, I don't know, dude. I don't know what I've been up to. I've been cleaning my place, which you've recommended.
I have recommended that. It's dope, right?
Oh yeah, so I have sound treated my room, and it sounds so much better and deader in here,
Nice.
Which is really nice. So much less reverberation. I recommend if you play music and record music in your room, definitely sound treating your room. You can get a whole bunch of acoustic foam online for pretty cheap, and then you just get a bunch of cardboard, use spray adhesive, just put it to the back, and then use just poster adhesive, put them up. Sounds much better. Love it. Sound treat your room, treat yourself right, treat your room right,
Treat your mother right.
oh yeah, by Mr. T. Excellent point. Treat your mother right. Great rap.
Great rap. I love
Great
that.
rap.
Nice. Yeah, that's great.
What-
That's something I haven't quite gotten into. I haven't really needed to do that, but I mean, it is something that's kind of always beneficial, regardless of whether or not you feel like you really need it. It's something that you can usually see some results from regardless. So it's been on my
No,
mind.
you can't. You hear results from it, dog. What's up?
Hell yeah.
What's up?
I went into work a couple of weeks ago, and one of my coworkers was just like, "What's up?" Like very much in the vein of like, that commercial, and it just like got me in a way. Like I was just not expecting that, and it was good.
That is good, dude.
Yeah. Here's something that I have to recommend, and this is, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. Go take a walk. Taking a walk fucking rules. Just walk around your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Go take a walk. Like taking a walk rules. I take multiple walks every day.
Sometimes if you're taking a walk, you can meet like a big bear daddy that will breed your asshole.
Yeah.
If that's like your thing.
Yeah. If that's your thing. Yeah, you could find that.
You can.
Or you could also just find like, you could see some nice birds outside.
Yeah.
Or you could maybe find some money on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could see some human shit.
Sure.
Which I do see quite a bit of human shit here and there, on the streets. But,
Or you could find some money in the pocket of a big bear daddy who pays to fuck you in the public park.
Hell yeah. If that's your thing.
If that's your thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, that's my recommendation. Take a walk. Go explore the world, Go explore the dicks outside.
Yep.
I mean, the world outside.
Get bread in a public park. Clap, clap.
That's all I got.
Yeah, that's about all I got too, dog. You want to close this bad boy out? We've got like 2 hours.
Send me a weird message on Instagram if you're a person who hears this.
Actually, let's go back a little bit. Seeing as how we're at a place where like Bucket's mom just died, how do you think? Do you have any predictions with where the Pikes are going to go here?
Maybe harder.
You think harder, huh?
Maybe.
No.
I don't know. Maybe more experimental. Maybe we'll get some more noise stuff. I really don't know. Like, he's kept me guessing for all this time. So it could really be anything.
It could.
But I'm guessing harder.
Yes.
Because what do you do after people dies? Or what do you do after people die? You do drugs. You get fucked up.
And you get harder.
You make weird art when you get fucked up.
Speaking of all that, our sponsor today is Blue Chew.
Shut up. We have perfectly functional boners. No use for Blue Chew.
It makes them extra functional. It makes them like superheroes. I can tie a cape to mine and it just stays on all day. It's great.
Nice, like a cape that's like the size of a cape for your back.
Yeah, it's really painful. It's so painful.
All day. Yeah.
I just I have to use it as this like coat hanger in front of me. And like
you have to like sling it over your back.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. It's a good time.
Yeah. Do something nice for yourself or for somebody in your life. I don't know.
Eat a fucking cupcake, dude.
Eat a falafel.
Yeah. Fucking do it like a falafel vasectomy, dog.
Yeah. Smoke a blunt, go to your local Asian market, and buy a weird drink you've never heard of.
And go to the falafel place and ask for a vasectomy.
Hell yeah.
Get a falafel vasectomy. You know what? Even go get a shawarma vasectomy. Doesn't matter. They all know what they're doing.
Well, what about a Baba Ganoush vasectomy?
Baba Ganoush vasectomy. I think that might have to be the name of the episode.
Sure. I hope that's an upcoming Pike. Then we can be like, called it.
That is not too far off the beaten path for...
Off the beaten path. Just jerking off, get it? Beaten on the path.
We no longer talk about masturbation on this podcast.
Well, I quit then, because that's all I got.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, there is probably a writing job for you with Family
Maxim.
Guy. With what?
Maxim?
Oh yeah, Maxim. Well, I wish, like, if there was a job that paid you for writing about masturbation, I'd still be a writer.
You did write a lot about masturbation to a point where I was like, hey, Britt, they're like every 15 pages they're talking about masturbating again. And you're like, oh no.
Listen. In your book of life, do you masturbate once every 15 pages? Let me ask you that.
It's a great question. I don't know.
Yeah, you
I mean,
do.
I hope
you,
so.
Yeah, you fucking do. Yeah, you do, Spencer. Spencer, you fucking jerk off at least once every 15 pages in your life.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just something you do in life. You jerk off once every, like, I'd say 6 pages, maybe 7.
Damn.
Yeah, think
Nice.
about what you do in your life. How many pages that requires every day, and then how often do you jerk off? Simple math. Simple math, Spencer.
Bucket math.
No. Listen, we're trying to determine the size of your book here. How many pages are gonna be about jerking off?
Not as many as would be about piss jugs.
Hell yeah, piss jugs, baby. Oh, all right, partner. Keep on pissing, baby. You know what time it is. This hasn't been Spencer.
And this hasn't been Brit. You've been listening to Gettin Head, a Bucketcast.
Not. Stay clean. Bucket bread.
Namaste.